We'll officially call the loan committee special meeting to order. As part of that, I guess our recording is still on, so keep that in mind. We have in my little notice here that we're supposed to have a roll call. Is that necessary, Dan, or we don't?
No, we took a visual.
So we're here. I'll ask for, Carl, isn't that appropriate?
Oh, roll call. We're here.
In the minutes. I'll call for public comment on any issue within the loan committee's jurisdiction. Is there any? Hearing none. We've got a loan request here your company. So is there anything that we need to have as a refreshment other than that, Doug? Go ahead.
Does everybody have the review of it?
So, Doug, we want the one that's October 21st, 2022.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yep. So, thanks. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the request you can see from the borrower, Sleeping Giant Beverage Company here in Helena. The lender is Valley Bank of Helena. Under the credit information, you can see what the current loan balances are. You can see what the proposed rates will be in the term, the proposed term, and then what the annualized payment will be based off those proposed numbers. So under the loan request, I've just kind of summarized what is happening here. So the lender approached the borrower because their rate was going to increase in December. Very noble of them. Rates, as you know, are going higher. So they wanted to try to get a rate locked in to where it would benefit the borrower and yes, be acceptable with the bank. And at that point, the borrower also suggested to do the reamortization to extend the term out a couple of years. So you can see what the lender is proposing to do with their portion of the loan. You can see what the Board of Investments rate will not change until April of 28, which is the current maturity date of the loan. And what we'll do is we'll reprice this loan in April of 28 at the rate that is indicated there. And then in addition to the participation loan, there is a real estate loan to this borrower that the lender has that we are not participating in. It's a separate loan that the lender made. Any questions on that piece?
So I have a question. So their rate was 4% with us and on this it's 3.8. You said
Yeah,
it wasn't going to change. Is that because of this?
they might just step back on the rates. They do have 20 basis points in job credit rate reductions. So every year we do a review and the rate could go up or down based on that review. It won't go any higher than 4 because that's what they were looking at.
It's job creation, right?
Yeah, okay. On page 2, I am recommending approval of this to improve debt service coverage and cash flow. I just did a little brief loan history, a business history, and then you can see the collateral piece here, what I disclosed there. Any questions on that? Okay, then on page 3, shows the cash flow for the Sleeping Giant Beverage Company. You can see that they're going to have a decrease in their monthly debt payment. The debt service coverage ratio looks good with that decrease. And then you can see the amount that the cash flow will increase at the very bottom of the spreadsheet there. And then on page 4, I just did for Expedition Property, the same there. You can see that the monthly debt payment is gonna decrease. The debt service coverage looks good. And then the borrower's cash flow will increase by the amount on the spreadsheet, so.
Normally, Doug, when you get a request to extend the term, it means the customer has cash flow issues, indication of problem. So I know the cash flow is tight with these guys, but in your review, how would you rate the risk of this loan?
You know, as far as a risk rating on this loan, I think it would be considered maybe a watch list loan where you want to just pay attention to what's going on. You know, you can see from the numbers that I provided, based on the current payment that they had, they were able to make the payment, but their debt service coverage wasn't very good. You know, they were pretty tight on that. And so, you know, I think with these types of borrowers, you know, you kind of look at the history, you've got an existing business that has got good revenue, that has made payments as agreed on the loans. If you look at these requests to see, okay, can we help the borrower out? Yeah, we can, you know, by doing this. And are we still in a good collateral position? You know, based on the numbers, it looks okay. But I think, you know, the strength of the borrower and the history that we have with them, I think that's something that you really want to look at and make sure that you're comfortable with doing it. And I am.
Any questions for Doug? Any comments? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the request as submitted.
I'll second.
You can second, but maybe you could do.
Okay,
first.
I'll motion to approve the amendment.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
You can second it. Again, any questions or comments? As a bank examiner, are you okay with what we're doing?
Not bank examiner for a long time, but yes.
So it wouldn't throw any red flags from your previous career.
I'm going to extend a lot of new money to these folks. Given that the extension, the slight extension, it's not very much, but it'll help their cash flow a little bit. Probably, okay.
Good. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, it's approved unanimously. What, you didn't have enough loan committee last time? You're not busy enough today, Doug? Is that the problem?
Yes, they're kind of busy today.
So,
And at the next board meeting, we report this to the full board.
yeah. Because this board meeting is over, so. But it doesn't require full board. vote.
You just report it then, right?
It's report. Anything else, Doug? for us? Okay, meeting adjourned.